This is Gokul welcoming you once again in Business Doctor. Today we are going to discuss about an interesting subject. The subject is known to many people in a particular way. That is the art of decision making. People have experienced decision making in their life at different points in time. It could be in at the time of choosing of a particular course or joining a particular college or choosing a spouse or looking at a type of business to go along or what type of profit one wants to make, so on and so forth. What is important here is that the, the person would have had a purpose and there is a constancy of purpose. These two we discussed in the past. In the pursuit of constancy of purpose, at the same time while you are doing on what you are doing, what is happening is that psychologically you will be taking a lot of decisions on the fly, a careful decision after a lot of deliberations, and it could be different types of decisions, knowingly or unknowingly, you will be taking based on the circumstances or the data or the kind of foresight you have on a particular thing. While doing so, at some time, what you will be facing up with is like a kind of situation where you may have to take a path A or path B, or sometimes it could be heuristic that it could be either of part of part A and part of part B. So this kind of heuristic models are also available. Which one to take will be always a question. But under a normal circumstances, without a purpose or without a constancy of purpose, if someone has to decide to take path A or take path B, like I want to eat a Mediterranean food or I want to take a South Indian food or I want to take a coffee or a soda, these are all the decisions which you will be taking voluntarily or involuntarily based on circumstances, but there is no impact as such, except that you will be taking it on the fly or maybe based on a compulsion or based on a situation. But when it comes to choosing your career or choosing a particular course of study or choosing a spouse or choosing a type of business, it cannot be that easy a decision would be. This is where the dilemma comes in. And when you are supposed to decide on something, which path to take, the art is not just taking a decision, but what you have to remember is that what you are trying to defend and what you are trying to abandon as part of that decision making. Let's say a particular student has taken up a course along the lines of engineering, let's say, and when it comes to a job, the student might take up completely on a management level, ditching what he or she would have done in the engineering. So here in this example, the student would be taking up a decision by which he or she is abandoning her engineering skills and defending his or her own intuition to pursue a management on the hope that the person can do wonders in management. Or in terms of business, if you are pursuing a, a path by which you have built the company or you have been doing the business in whatever capacity it is for a purpose and for so long, and you have got a customer, you have got a a large clientele base, and you set up everything. At some point in time, based on the situations, it could be a pandemic situation, or it could be a company situation, or the based on attrition, it could be anything. Okay, so the management or the entrepreneur or the business owner would be deciding what to do next. If the business has got a purpose and there is a constancy of purpose in place, then what they would be defending is towards the purpose, and they would abandon a lot of things. On the contrary, if the decision is going to abandon what they have been doing already and defend something else, defend the situation which is forcing them to comply with, then it would be sometimes catastrophic in nature, that the business may collapse or the team may collapse, or whatever you have done in the past that might be made irrelevant, and the new beginning may also have a trouble, which at that time you may not know, need not know. If you are sure, certain, then it's fine. Sometimes you may lose both. So one has to be very clear in terms of the certain points, like, for example, the cost that has been spent so far in making it up. For example, either it could be as I said, no, the engineering degree, or in bringing up the business from the beginning to where it stands today, or it could be the time and effort somebody would have spent on that, and there is a purpose for which they would have built. When I say purpose, obviously by this time frame, since the inception or since the beginning of that study or the business, you would have built a relationship, you would have built a trust, and you would have built the business value with your customer, or might be with your co-worker, or it would be a trust between the employer-employee relationship, or it could be, in case of a personal thing, it could be on your family or friends or relationship, or you would have agreed on with your college or institution or school. Then if you are going to abandon that, you are going to lose a lot of personal credibility as well. So the decision making is always easy under these considerations, but what is important is that with respect to the purpose and the constancy of purpose, when you are in pursuit of that, at any time whenever there is a decision made or decision to be made, the question is always what you are defending and what you are abandoning. If you could answer these things with the clarity in your mind, and you are able to convey with the people around you, or to convince yourself, then that decision would help you to succeed. This is Gokul. Thank you for watching Business Doctor. Have a nice day. Cheers.